So, sir, it is kind of difficult to identify the symptoms when it comes to mental health because there's a very thin line when it comes to someone just going through a temporary mood change and someone actually having the onset of a particular mental health disorder. So, sir, what could be the symptoms of how can people identify that their loved ones or they, for that matter, are going through some mental health disorder?
There is a very mild margin in between.
Right.
To tell you the thing, there are so many people who are mentally ill.
Who don't know.
When you have depression, in the beginning stages, you never know that you are suffering from depression.
Correct.
So there are so many things. You can't eat well. So many things are there. When the normalcy is considered, you can find out that margin. You are going away from normalcy. I was not like this earlier. Now I have this problem. Slowly I cannot cope up with what is going on. All my work I am unable to do. I have doubt on my own, myself. On my confidence, I lose confidence. I am not capable, I think. So even such things, minor deviation from the normalcy can be considered as initial stage of the problem. So later on symptoms grow up and you can easily find.
Identify, yes. So it is important that they do identify these minor changes also and try to understand what's happening in themselves.
Yeah, when they have minor changes, say for example suicidal tendency. I was working in Homeopathy where people, body used to come to my mortuary was very near to my hospital. Every second day there were bodies. So what I did was aurum metallicum, which is prepared from gold metal. Gold is very much liked by women.
Correct.
Even gents also use so many gold ornaments. So when homeopathically medicine is prepared, that has the capacity to nullify the sensation of suicidal tendency. So totally it removes. I started giving aurum to many people. I called them, I convinced them. I started giving because they got the help. They started telling mouth to mouth. It went on publishing and many people came to me. Later on, after some years, there were no bodies coming to the mortuary. So much helpful homeopathic system is, it can do wonders.
Right. So, sir, in detail now, specifically when we come to mental health disorders, what is the role of homeopathy and why should people actually turn to homeopathy when it comes to this? Because homeopathy does have a lot of effect on the mind. So why exactly should they look to homeopathy?
Yes, this is a very good question for me because I am supposed to tell you more about homeopathy.
Right.
Because I would like to know, people should know more about homeopathy.
Correct.
See, homeopathically we have many medicines. Medicines are prepared and proved on the healthy human beings. When we prove on the healthy human beings, we first consider the character of the person, mental symptoms of the person. Mind is most important for a homeopathic prescription. We take the totality of the symptoms. When we take the totality of symptoms, we come from mind. There are two things. You can come from mental generals to physical generals or physical generals to mental. But most important is mind. When we consider mind, and you cannot prescribe alone on mind also. Consider the holistic. We have holistic approach and whole man as a whole. So first importance to mind. When there is a change in the mind, if you can cut the growth of the miasm, we inherit miasm and it grows, and if you can cut the miasm through homeopathic medicines, definitely there will be no diseases in future. To have to call prevention is better than cure. No? So we prevent in many ways and we can cure also. Suppose someone is in love and there is a disappointment. So you know the medicine. Ignatia is the homeopathic medicine. Many people are suffering after the disappointment of love and they are fine. Love is not only between the male and female. Maybe with your mom, you have very good relationship you had with your mom and you are loving your mom. And the dearest mom went away. So when she left, you cannot sustain or you cannot withstand the effect of it. You give ignitia, people start shivering and people can't do many things. So many things happen inside. So even when you give ignitia, it is better. Plenty of remedies we have, like hyacinth. When the person is, lascivious thing we call. When they don't know, can't dress themselves and can't, do the all formalistic things. And we have stemonium, which acts on mind. Many remedies which have in homeopathy are excellent. To tell you one case, a lady had a misconception that her husband will die. It's an imaginary thing. Her husband will die, and the water in the borewells everywhere will dry. police will catch her. I tried to convince her like anything, I couldn't. But what I selected was she had a anticipatory fear. Lachesis was her medicine. I selected and gave her. Within few days, after a month, she came back to me. Then I asked her, will your husband die and there will be dryness of water in the borewell? She was smiling and she was feeling shy. So much changes homeopathic medicines can bring. Another lady had come who had sciatica on the right side. Though the lachesis medicine is a left-sided medicine, sciatica is on the right side. She too had anticipatory fear. She was never sleeping from night to morning, 3 o'clock or 5 o'clock. After 5, she it is about to enter into next day. I can sleep. She was sleeping like that. So lachesis cured her totally.
Right. So actually, sir, to be honest, even in cases where there are acute symptoms, like due to some acute cause, like shock, if they're shocked with something and they come up with certain symptoms, we have medicines for that as well. So not just chronic mental disorders, homeopathy works even in acute mental conditions as well.
One girl had come to me some 40 years back. She was walking in the evening. She saw something black in front of her. She had immediately fever. She was brought to my clinic. Aconite was the medicine, Aconite. I gave her a few doses of aconite. Next day morning, she was fine. So this is a very simple thing. So there may be other shocks also. So mental shocks can also be treated with homeopathic medicines easily.
Yes.